Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something really quite unique. It's this source material, Caballeros Aguila. It's basically an allegorical story for a kid, a boy named Santi.
Right, but don't let that fool you. It looks like a fantasy adventure on the surface.
Exactly. But underneath, it's this incredibly detailed blueprint for self-development, moral philosophy even.
It really is. It's like a whole operating system for living ethically, just wrapped up in this quest narrative. So our job today is kind of unpack that.
Yeah, pull out the system. What's the moral code? What are the tools for growth? And maybe most importantly, what are these 12 internal dragons that anyone wanting to be an Eagle Knight has to face?
These inner flaws we all deal with.
So let's start right at the beginning with Santi. He's living this, normal, loving life with his family. But the real story is happening inside.
Totally. The source describes this sun of consciousness inside his heart and says it grows daily like a strong tree. That's the core engine, really.
That heart sun.
Yeah.
That's his awareness, his willpower.
All of that. It's the light he has to protect and sort of nurture throughout the whole journey. And the quest kicks off when this golden eagle messenger shows up.
Ah, the call to adventure.
Exactly. And it delivers this fundamental truth right away.
Which is, you are not just your body, but neither are you just a floating spirit. You are both.
Like a tree that needs roots in the earth and deep branches in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. That duality is key.
See, you can't just be spiritual, detached.
No, you have to be grounded. The source uses the phrase, firme estoy aquí en la tierra, firmly I stand here on earth.
Yeah.
You've got to translate the insights into, real actions in the world.
Okay, so he gets the message, and then he gets a guide, which, I have to say, sounds pretty cool. A shining triceratops.
Yeah. It's a great image. But it's not just random. The triceratops is the moral code, basically. Its 3 horns are the core virtues you need.
Right, the ones to face down these 12 dark dragons that are starting to wake up in the world.
And those virtues are truth for dad, beauty beleza, and goodness bondad.
I like that simplicity. It's not a huge list of rules. It's just those 3 core principles.
Exactly. And anything you do, any action, you can check it against those 3.
Well,
Is it true? Does it create beauty, like harmony or order? Does it result in goodness?
and if not, then it's probably feeding one of those dragons.
Precisely. And they're not just abstract ideas. The source presents them as actual tools. They're what Santi uses to, dismantle the vices, the dragons.
Which are apparently becoming a global threat in the story. It's personal, but it's bigger than just him.
Yeah, the stakes are high. So should we jump into one of the fights? See how it works in practice?
Let's do it. The first one mentioned is the Dragón de la Inercia, the dragon of inertia.
Ah, yes. This one lives in the Pantano del Quedarse Quieto, the swamp of staying still.
Sounds sticky.
Exactly. Movement there is described as slow as cold honey. It's such a perfect picture of procrastination, right? That feeling of being stuck.
And the dragon doesn't attack physically, it just whispers.
Mañana. Tomorrow. Everything can wait. And it traps other creatures there, a rabbit, a bird, a fish, just by making them forget why they needed to move in the first place.
That sounds familiar, rationalizing delay until you're just stuck.
Is totally relatable. But the solution isn't some big heroic battle.
No, he has to remember the eagle's words, that first lesson.
Right. He consciously recalls, firme soy aquí en la tierra, con seguridad recorro los caminos de la vida. He grounds himself.
Firmly, I stand here on earth. With certainty, I walk the paths of life. And he shouts it.
Yeah, he shouts this affirmation. And that conscious act of will, rooted in that core principle, breaks the spell. The light from his heart sun flares up.
Wow. So the cure for inertia isn't waiting for motivation. It's actively reaffirming your commitment, your connection to the earth part of that duality.
Exactly. For us, that's like choosing not to hit snooze, or actually opening the laptop instead of scrolling again.
Connecting the highest idea to the most basic choice.
That's the beauty of it. Okay, so next up is the Dragón de Egoísmo, the dragon of egoism.
This one's in the Torre del Espejo, the mirror tower. Sounds ominous.
Yeah, they call him Yo, because all he does is stare at his own reflection in thousands of mirrors.
Oh, wow.
And he hoards everything, constantly muttering, mio, do mio, I, mine, all mine. It's pure self-absorption, isolation.
So how do you even fight that? You can't exactly punch a reflection.
Right. The Triceratops advises him to use generosity. And when he focuses on that, the goodness horn starts to shine.
Okay, so goodness counters egoism. Makes sense. But what does he do?
This is the key part. He offers the dragon his most precious treasure, And it's not gold or jewels.
No, it's cookie.
A cookie his grandmother Yamita baked for him with love.
That's really specific. Why a cookie?
Think about it. The dragon is trapped in this loop of getting and keeping. He literally cannot comprehend receiving something freely given, especially something small, personal, made with love.
Ah, so it breaks his whole worldview.
It shatters the mirrors. The unexpected act of pure generosity, of goodness, creates this, cognitive dissonance. The dragon transforms into a silver creature and actually starts sharing the treasure.
So the defeat of egoism isn't about destroying the self. It's about transforming it through giving, through goodness in action.
Exactly. Okay, third case study. The dragon de la mugre. The dragon of filth, or maybe disorder.
Yeah, disorder seems right. He lives in the Reino del Desorden Caótico, the kingdom of chaotic disorder.
And his whole philosophy is basically order is boring. He actively creates chaos.
How? What does he do?
He mixes up paints until the colors turn muddy gray. He tangles up books in the library so you can't read them. It represents that kind of lazy acceptance of chaos, the idea that structure kills creativity or something.
Right, that entropy is just easier.
But Santi challenges that directly. He doesn't argue for, rigid rules.
Yeah.
He argues for beauty and structure.
He says order is not boredom, it is beauty.
Yes. And he uses the rainbow as an example how it organizes colors perfectly to create something stunning.
So harmony isn't tedious, it's an art form.
Precisely. And that insight actually transforms the dragon. He gets it. He sees the beauty in order and becomes the guardian of the kingdom's library, taking pride in the structure.
Okay, so those are three big ones. Inertia, egoism, disorder, and there's mention of a fourth, the junk food dragon.
Yeah, the dragón de la comida chatarra. It promotes eating junk, but also significantly negative thoughts. So it connects physical habits to mental states.
Interesting. So after defeating these first few, proving he can handle these immediate vices, things shift, right?
Big shift. He graduates, essentially. He attends the Grand Council of Masters. This is where the training gets more advanced, more philosophical.
Moving from specific defense tactics to a universal way of being.
Exactly. It's less about what to fight and more about how to live. And these lessons from the masters are really deep.
Let's spend a moment here. The Aikido master, for instance. What's that lesson?
True strength is like water. It flows, it adapts, it redirects. It's not about rigid, forceful hitting.
So applying that internally, don't just fight your anger head on.
Maybe learn to flow around it, redirect that energy. It's about non-resistance, adaptability, a very different kind of strength.
Then there's the Essene master, teaching him how to listen to the silence.
Which is all about training that heart sun, that inner awareness in all the noise of life, finding true silence. That's where intuition comes from, deeper wisdom. It fuels the virtue of truth.
Inner clarity. Got it. And the Thunder Master.
The Thunder Master's lesson is crucial. True power isn't for yourself. It's the power to help others.
Ah, so that loops back to goodness. It stops the knight from becoming powerful, but then falling back into egoism.
Exactly. The power gained must be directed outwards, ethically.
And alongside these lessons, he gets tools. Actual, tangible aids, like the shield.
Yes, the shield with the 3 gems. Truth, beauty, goodness. And it glows when he's doing what's right.
So it's like real-time moral feedback.
Pretty much. It externalizes his internal state. If the gem's dim, he knows he's straying from the path. It's guidance and protection.
Then there's this magical abacus, the Nipperwalzen.
Yeah.
And its purpose is to count his good actions.
Why an abacus? Why count them?
Because it makes the invisible visible. Moral progress can feel so abstract, right? This tool turns every act of kindness, every choice for order, into something measurable, like keeping score for your soul.
An ancient Fitbit for virtue.
Sort of, yeah. A daily progress tracker for your character.
But the metaphor that really hit me was the living chessboard.
Yes. Where each piece represents a capacity.
The tower is valor, the bishop creativity, the knight nobility.
Right. But the really clever part, the bit that's easy to miss, is about the pawns.
The pawns, what about them?
The source says, with every dragon Santi defeats, one of his pawns transforms. It becomes something more powerful.
Whoa. So overcoming a vice doesn't just remove a negative, it actively strengthens your most basic capabilities.
Exactly. Those small, everyday actions, the foundational parts of you, they get upgraded by consistent, virtuous effort. Every win against inertia or selfishness literally makes you more capable.
That's powerful. It suggests growth is cumulative, built from the ground up by these seemingly small battles.
Absolutely. And the quest isn't over, of course. There are more dragons mentioned.
Yeah, more internal ones. The Dragon de la Vida Oblivion or forgetfulness.
The dragon distortion door? The distortion of truth? Twisting reality?
The Dragon Cordycelis, the Sky Cutter. What's that?
That's the one that makes you only look down at the ground. Makes you forget the sky part of your nature, the aspirations, the bigger picture. And behind them all, the dragon final.
Which is described as the most dangerous. Why?
Because it attacks the heart sun directly, the very core of your being. It implies the deepest struggles are profoundly internal and maybe lifelong.
So to stay prepared for this ongoing internal war, I guess, Santi gets a daily ritual, a motto.
The night's lema, yeah. He repeats it every morning, and it really sums up the entire system.
It's an act of commitment, isn't it? Starts with, no mentiré porque la verdad me hace libre.
I will not lie, because the truth makes me free, linking truth directly to personal liberation.
Then, construiré belleza, armonía y orden.
I will build beauty, harmony, and order. That's the active counter to the dragon of disorder, creation.
And then it circles back to the beginning. Firme estoy aquí en la tierra, grounding himself again.
Seguridad, recorro los caminos de la vida. Certainty in walking the path. And then the focus goes inward. Amor despierto en el núcleo de mi ser.
Love awakened in the core of my being.
Esperanza en todo lo que hago. Confianza en mi pensar. Hope in action, trust in thought. And the declaration, soy un caballero águila. I am an eagle knight.
Wow, that's the whole philosophy in a few lines. Love, hope, trust, grounded in reality, guided by truth, beauty, goodness.
It's the daily affirmation of the whole system. And the eagle's final reminder to Santi really brings it home for us, I think.
Which is?
That the biggest battles often look like small, everyday choices. The little dragons show up all the time, laziness with chores, selfishness about sharing something.
But every time you choose the right action, the virtuous action,
your inner sun shines brighter. It reinforces the core. It takes the epic and makes it immediate, practical.
Which leads us right into the final thought for you, the listener. At the end of the story, Santi wakes up. The big adventure seems like a dream, but then he finds something.
A small, soft, golden eagle feather, right there, next to him.
So the quest was internal, spiritual, but the result, tangible, physical proof of the lesson learned.
It reinforces that core idea. The quest happens in both realms. Tierra y cielo, earth and sky, body and spirit.
So the question for you is, what's your small, everyday dragon today? Is it the dragon of inertia whispering mañana when you need to get started? Or maybe the dragon of disorder making a mess of your workspace or even your thoughts?
And think about this. If you face that dragon, you make the virtuous choice. What tangible result, what small shining feather of knowledge or positive change might be left behind in your real world?
Because maybe the greatest adventures, the most profound transformations start with those simple everyday decisions, something to think about.
Definitely.
Thank you for diving deep with us today.